Hey guys, welcome back to the NerdyMark Wrestling Show. I am, of course, Sid the NerdyMark. This is my second take, so I already kind of poured a little bit of energy drink in here into this little tequila glass, which I've been having for I think about 10 years now. So damn, yeah, it's one of these. It's like zero sugar, zero carbs, real good stuff actually. I've been drinking this stuff for so many years now. And I feel much better than drinking like Red Bull and stuff. And by the way, it's not a paid promotion. It's just a product that I like. Okay, so there's that. Anyway, so today we have a very stripped down version of the Nerdy Mark Wrestling Show. If you saw my video on kind of like my little life update where it called "In a Bit of a Frenzy," you'll understand that right now things are a bit tumultuous for me right at this point. So I'm glad, and I want to thank everybody for the support on that video and just for really understanding that, hey, I'm not freaking Logan Paul, getting millions of dollars from YouTube. I do this just for fun. So, yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I'm just hoping that one day this YouTube thing works out and I'm also winning awards just like everybody, and all that good stuff. But anyways, and okay, I'm cut off a little bit. Let me keep it there. Anyway, so today we have a very stripped down version of the Nerdy Mark Wrestling Show because we only got two things on our agenda today. That's right, only two. We are not doing any news this week, and I'm also not going to talk about NXT this week because, quite frankly, I didn't have time to watch it. Like, that's just the honest truth. I only watched AEW this week, so we're just going to talk a little bit about AEW, and then I'm going to get into who should and will win at Hell in a Cell, which is tomorrow. I'm actually really looking forward to this pay-per-view because there are a few matches that have piqued my interest, namely Roman versus Jey Uso, as well as Bayley versus Sasha. And on Instagram tomorrow, if you follow me at Sids500, I will be reacting to both of those matches. I'll be reacting to Bayley Sasha and Roman J2 Electric Boogaloo. So definitely follow my Instagram for that, Sids500. If you don't want to miss me reacting to those things, well, I just would like for you guys to be there. That would be something. I would like that. Anyways, let me clean my glasses real quick, and then we'll get into it. So, but yeah, that's what we're going to talk about today. I've decided that, whatever I talk about, whatever wrestling I watch, I'm just going to talk about. That's kind of what I've decided to do from now on. If I don't talk about NXT, I'm not gonna cover NXT on this channel. If I didn't watch NXT that week, I'm not gonna talk about NXT. If I didn't watch AEW, I'm not gonna talk about AEW. Whatever. I'm just gonna basically just whatever wrestling I've watched and whatever news is there from now on, I'll be doing. And I'm gonna kind of have a similar format for when we do talk about Full Gear, which is obviously in 2 weeks. So hope you guys don't mind a little bit of a change. Again, it's going to be a bit of a shorter one. Hope you don't mind that. But with that, let's kind of get into AEW, if the spacebar will work. Spacebar? Oh, there you go. Okay. That was weird. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so AEW this week was absolutely entertaining. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Let's first of all talk about that Kenny Omega versus Sonny Kiss. The Cleaner, hold on. You know what? Hold on. The Cleaner is back. It's pretty much, it's all but official. Like literally, it is all but official that the Cleaner is back. The only thing they had to do probably was play like Devil's Sky, and then it would have been pretty apparent. But of course, he's probably not going to use Devil's Sky. They're probably going to use some other theme song. So, I mean, it was really cool. I mean, Sonny Kiss obviously was a last-minute replacement because it was originally supposed to be Kenny versus Joey Janela, but Janela did come in contact with someone who had COVID-19, so obviously he's quarantined at his house. So obviously his tag team partner, Sonny Kiss, basically took his place. That's cool. Sonny Kiss lost. It was basically a squash match, but you know what? It gave us the most memeable image that we have. That's just Kenny Omega just looking like... This is Kenny Omega doing that face. and it was the best. I loved every bit of it. I mean, the memes are amazing. I love them. Just keep them coming. That was fantastic. But I mean, of course, his intro was there. We had two lovely women with broomsticks, doing the little broom dance. He had a little bit of an intro, and then it went into Battle Cry, which is Kenny Omega's theme in AEW. I thought that was cool. I really do hope he gets a new theme once he does fully embrace the cleaner gimmick. So that would be pretty cool. I also really liked, of course, Wardlow beat Jungle Boy. So of course, Jungle Boy though gave Wardlow a very good, some good competition though. Still looks fantastic in defeat. So I don't think Jungle Boy has gotten like squashed or his momentum is killed or anything. That was fine. Hangman versus Colt Cabana was fine. It wasn't amazing. My early predictions, I'm guessing we're getting at Full Gear. Finally, Hangman versus Kenny. That's probably what's going to happen. So I would actually have Kenny go full heel right before the match, right before their match at Full Gear. Like I'll talk about what I mean. Like personally, I think like right before, like next week, I think what should happen is Kenny Omega, obviously, he wins his match. Hangman wins his match. And the two of them shake hands, but Kenny pulls him in, V-trigger, one-winged angel, does that. Well, not this, but just does boom, or says goodbye and good night to Hangman Adam Page. That's kind of what I would like to happen. I think it would make a lot of sense, and it's completely a full 180 kind of transformation to the cleaner gimmick. And then obviously at Full Gear, we need to get the full cleaner entrance. I want everything. I want a dozen gorgeous women with broomsticks. I want the lightning. I want him with the Terminator face mask. I want him with the jacket. I want the glasses. I want maybe a fake shotgun. Whatever he wants. Just let him do full-fledged cleaner. Let him go full cleaner and let him just absolutely decimate Hangman Page. And then, we'll talk about Full Gear when we get there. But that's kind of what I would like to happen down the line. We did, of course, have Penta versus Rey Fenix. What a match. Like, I've seen these two wrestle in the indies. This right here, just as good. I am so glad that we got to see this masterpiece in AEW on national television. Like I said, these two have wrestled a lot on the independent scene. I personally saw their match, in WCPW, that now defunct promotion, WCPW / Defiant Wrestling, which obviously was run by the What Culture Boys, and now it's no longer around, which sucks, man. And that really just sucks. I mean, that must be like a huge kick in the balls. You have to close down your entire company. Like, damn. Anyways, so let's keep going. But anyway, that was really cool. I mean, it was good to see them. I mean, obviously they have matches. If you go on YouTube and just type in Pentagon versus Phoenix, you'll find a good amount of their matches online. I know they faced off a bunch of times on Lucha Underground and all that good stuff. So it's been pretty good. They've had a pretty good history. Like, they've tagged together and they've wrestled each other before. But this was the first time seeing it on national television. That is a big deal because it's Pentagon and Phoenix. These two are, I think, a very overlooked talent in AEW. I understand the tag team division is stacked, but frankly, I wouldn't mind a singles run for someone like Phoenix. Let him just turn face and let him get a freaking singles run. That's what I want to see. I mean, and it looks like it's kind of going there because Pentagon seems to be the one who is being favored a lot by Eddie Kingston. So perhaps there is something there. Speaking of which, he was on commentary. He's also going to face off against Moxley for the AEW World Championship in an I Quit match. Much like one of his Shield members. We'll talk about that when we talk about Hell in a Cell. But anyway, This was really cool. I think it was it's interesting. I can't wait to see this match. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so Penta versus Phoenix. Absolutely go watch it. If you did not, do yourself a favor. Go check this match out. Absolutely match of the night for me. Other than that, obviously Britt Baker returned. She did. She's kind of building herself. They're kind of building her up. I think she is going to be poised to take the title off of Shida. She doesn't even have an opponent in at Full Gear, which kind of sucks. I mean, I wouldn't mind if they just give the title shot to Britt Baker and they just have her win that match and take the title off of her. I think it would really add to her new her heel character. That would be pretty cool. I thought that Les Dinner Debonair, very controversial segment. A lot of people are divided. Some people think it sucks. Some people think it was really good. Some people don't know. I think it was fantastic. I loved every bit of it. It felt like a Disney movie come to life, a really messed up Disney movie come to life, and I enjoyed every bit of it. So, but I can understand why people may have disliked it because AEW did promise more emphasis on professional wrestling, and this is more sports entertainment. Here's the thing. You don't have to always be serious just because you're a sports and a pro wrestling company. Okay? AEW, I'll tell you this. They are doing comedy right. Like with Orange Cassidy, he's the right amount of intense and comical. Like his match with Cody last week, not really that funny. It was really pretty evenly matched. Next week he's having a match against Cody. I'm expecting a little bit more of the same. Let's just wait. Excuse me. Let's just wait till we get there. But still. Oh jeez. Sorry. Excuse me. Let me get a sip. So that is fine. But I think this segment was really good. There's a lot of sexual tension between Jericho and MJF. That's good stuff. Oh yeah, we're also getting, speaking of Jericho and the Inner Circle, Sammy Guevara versus Matt Hardy is going to be the Elite Deletion. So I'm actually really excited for that. I guess we're getting a cinematic match. We're going to have like Sammy Guevara enter the Hardy compound. That's going to be good stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. But with that being said, I think that MJF is kicking out Sammy from the Inner Circle and inserting himself in there to get in the good graces of Jericho. And then, basically he's going to do what he did to Cody, and that is, until he gets what he wants, he's going to stick with Jericho like glue, and then once he gets what he wants, he's going to just toss him out. So I feel that's what's going to happen. I'm really getting a little bit more intrigued with the storyline. So let's see where this goes. I'm looking forward to it. We also had the main event, which was a four-way tag team match between Private Party, Dark Order, Butcher and Blade, who the Bunny is back with them now. So then the Candlestick Maker's back. No, I'm just kidding. So the Butcher, the Baker, and the Candlestick Maker are back now. But yeah, the Butcher and Blade, and of course, the Young Bucks. Awesome match. Really, really enjoyed it. A lot of good spots throughout the match. I don't want to get into it. I would say just go watch it yourself. This was also a very close contender match of the night, but I'm still giving it to Penta versus Rey Fenix. Who, oh, by the way, we did learn that Rey Fenix is injured again, and unfortunately it seems like he's injury prone, and it looks like it's going to be for a little bit. We're not going to see Rey Fenix, but his brother Pentagon will be taking his place. Next week we're getting Kenny versus Pentagon, their match at All In, basically. And again, getting it first time national television. That's a big deal. If you didn't watch All In, definitely watch Dynamite next week. That's going to be a damn good match. Anyway, but this was good. We finally had Young Bucks win. So we're finally getting Young Bucks versus FTR for the AEW Tag Team Championships. We had Tully Blanchard dressing up as a cameraman and helping FTR ambush the Young Bucks. So we really don't know who's playing the heel and who's playing the face at this point. because the Young Bucks are going around destroying phones and laptops, super kicking people. FTR are basically being like conceited douchebags, and they have Tully Blanchard, who is a heeled manager. I'm still wondering when we're going to get the whole Four Horsemen thing, because Cody was teasing that quite a bit. I understand the whole slow burn thing, but dude, it's been almost a year since since the whole Four Horsemen thing was teased. So I'm wondering when that's gonna happen. So we'll see. Anyway, but I did enjoy AEW. Let me know what you guys thought about this week's episode of Dynamite. For example, personally, I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I'm excited for next week's matches. I believe it's going to be Hangman versus Wardlow, and then, of course, Kenny Omega versus Penta. So, like I said, obviously, Hangman and Kenny should win their respective matches. I think, after that, those two should have a face-off. Kenny should then just completely decimate Hangman Adam Page. Just, shake his hand, hit him with a V-trigger and a one-winged angel, and then just, do this whole thing, and just walk away. I would like to see that, and then obviously, like I said, at Full Gear, give me full cleaner Kenny. That's all I need to see. So that's what I want. Anyway, but with that being said, let's move on and let's talk about Hell in a Cell. I'm not going to do the Vince McMahon voice because I don't want to get laryngitis. Now, Hell in a Cell is actually looking like a pretty good card. There's only 5 matches on this card. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple of matches on the kickoff show, but, it is what it is. So, let's just talk about, now, of course, obviously, if there are other matches added to the card, I will post in the comments below my predictions for those. But let's talk about who should win and who will win at Hell in a Cell. So let's talk about Jeff Hardy versus Elias. This was an interesting feud. Both of these men got drafted to Raw, and they both started feuding. Of course, Elias with his old musical gimmick. Jeff Hardy, who is a musician in his own right. He has his own band called Parox YGen. I'm surprised they didn't use any of that music, because it's Jeff Hardy's theme. He can use it if he wants. And of course, speaking of his theme, a lot of people are asking if he's going to if No More Words is coming back. Apparently, he said that he wanted to wait until crowds could come back again. But that could be a while, so we're probably not going to hear it anytime soon. So we're stuck with the old Hardy Boys theme. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just really like No More Words, and I'm sure many of you do. So I hope that it comes back soon. So if we can all... if CDC and WHO and whoever else is responsible, if you can get us that vaccine soon, that would be great. I'm just kidding. Obviously, I know that there's a lot more going on. They can't just one day just pop up with a vaccine and there we go, right? Anyway, so I forgot to mention. Hold on. I think my shirt is missing something. There you go. Oh, it's backwards. Crap. It's okay, though. That's okay. Oh, it's upside down. It's upside down. Wow, good job, Sid. All right. There you go. I voted, yeah. So, if you haven't voted yet, please go vote. Just do that. Anyways, so I'm going to wear this for the rest of the video. Now, this one, I actually think it's going to be a fine match. I don't think it's going to be like the showstopper, but you never know. So, Jeff Hardy, he's in his 40s and he can still go. That's pretty amazing. Only now has he been getting injured here and there. That sucks that he got injured, but he hasn't had injuries up until now, and he's done some crazy shit throughout his career. So that is something. Obviously, apparently, Jeff Hardy. I don't know what his whole contract with WWE is all about. But let's see where this goes. I'm going to go ahead and say Since I don't really care much for this match, I think Elias should win. But I think because it is WWE, they're gonna give the win to Jeff Hardy because they don't like putting their heels over for some reason. Well, yeah, that's the thing. They just don't. They just don't. I don't know why. They just don't. But anyway, it's weird, right? But finally, Jeff Hardy is going to win. But I think that it should be Elias. So this match was announced just yesterday on SmackDown, on Friday on SmackDown. It is Otis versus The Miz, and Otis has to put his Money in the Bank contract on the line for The Miz. Now, I don't understand why this feud has been going on. Now, obviously, because I haven't been watching main roster, maybe that's why. But I remember last year we had something similar. We had Kevin Owens and Braun Strowman feuding for the Money in the Bank briefcase. So, I mean, you're kind of just, I mean, like it's almost like we don't remember, and it's almost a very similar dynamic. It's a big babyface versus a smaller heel. You know, I mean Kevin Owens. I mean, he's a large man. I mean, he has a big frame, but he's much smaller than Braun Strowman. Obviously, same dynamic here too. It's like a big hoss babyface versus a smaller heel. I mean, it's basically just old wine in a new bottle. So I don't really care. Otis should and will retain the briefcase. I don't see The Miz. I mean, now, actually, you know what? No. The Miz, if he does win the briefcase, I wouldn't mind seeing him cash it in on Drew McIntyre at some point. That would be pretty cool. No, cash it in. Well, actually, no. I would keep the briefcase on Otis for now. So keep the briefcase on Otis. Don't change anything. Okay? Now, this idea just popped up. Otis retains the briefcase. The Fiend pops up, completely destroys Otis, steals the briefcase for later on. That could be something, and he cashes it in onto the winner of the WWE Championship. But I don't think. I mean, that could be an interesting idea, but one, I think it's too different for WWE. I don't think it's a brilliant idea. It could be cool, and it wouldn't make any sense anyway. So let's not even go there. I mean, I just wanted to see. I mean, I do have an idea for that match later on, the WWE match, WWE Championship match. But for now, like I said, keep the briefcase on Otis. The Miz doesn't need it right now. I think Otis is fine. Although, I don't know if he's ever going to cash it in. That's the big question. Is he ever going to cash it in? Is what I'm wondering. So, we'll see. We'll see, I guess. So, let's move on to Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre. This next match is also going to be inside Hell in a Cell, I believe. This feud has been going on for, I believe, since when? Since SummerSlam? I think a little bit before SummerSlam it's been going on. I don't really care much about this feud anymore because I think it's just been going on for a while. Well, actually, no. You know what? This feud has been okay because, I mean, a lot of good spots came out of this feud, so I'm fine with it. However, Drew McIntyre has been getting the upper hand on Randy Orton all this time. So it's like, why the hell is Randy Orton still not leaving Drew alone? Like, I honestly want to see I want to see Drew versus AJ. Like, I would like to see Drew and AJ for the WWE title at some point. That would be cool, but I don't know. As far as my predictions goes, I think Drew will retain. However, I want Randy Orton to win, and then the lights go out, the lights come back in, and you see Alexa Bliss in the ring. She basically, gets on the microphone. She says, "Let him in," and then lights go. And then from underneath the ring, the Fiend pops up and mandible claw to Randy Orton. Then you have your next feud, Randy Orton versus the Fiend. Because remember, WrestleMania 33 with all the maggots and the cockroaches and shit. Yeah, we need to right that wrong. So the Fiend needs to right that wrong. I think a feud with Randy Orton would be really cool. Just give the Fiend the title, man. Just give the title to the Fiend, okay? That's what I want. I mean, because Randy, I mean, he has his what? He's been WWE champion already. We don't need him as WWE champion again, okay? So I would like to see freaking someone else. So obviously Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, finally challenging Randy Orton for the WWE Championship, because again, it is a wrong that needs to be corrected. So I need to see that. And obviously, I mean, if you want to slowly turn Randy Orton face, you can. But crucial thing, the Fiend needs to. Randy Orton should be winning, and the Fiend needs to attack Randy Orton. So that's what I think should happen. However, I feel like they're going to keep the title on Drew, which I'm fine with. And if you do that, let's get Drew versus AJ for Survivor Series or whatever the next pay-per-view is going to be. Let's get that feud going. I would be excited to see that match. But yeah, that's my prediction for that. Let's move on to Sasha Banks versus Bayley. We're finally getting this match on a main roster card. It only took you 5 years to do it, but we're finally getting it. Bayley is the heel, and Sasha Banks is like a tweener at this point. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually very, very excited. So this is going to be a very good match. I mean, it all started with Bayley finally saying that she basically ditched Sasha after she lost her match against Asuka, I believe, for the Raw Women's Championship, and then Bayley basically just beat her up, and now we have this feud, and this is going to be amazing. Now, I don't want this to be the final feud for Bayley, to be the only time these two fight. So, it's for the SmackDown Women's title, Hell in a Cell. Now, I know that Sasha Banks hasn't really done well when it comes to title shots and pay-per-views, but perhaps it could be her night, and that would be cool. However, I can also see a scenario where if Bayley does retain, I can see Bayley retaining, completely murdering Sasha Banks, like taking her away for a while, and take her away. We don't need to see Sasha then for the rest of this year, and then at the Women's Royal Rumble, Sasha Banks, number 30, returns, wins the Rumble, and we have Bayley versus Sasha 2 at WrestleMania. You could totally do that. I would be very happy to see that match. But I do so there is a good argument for both sides. We could see, if you want to see that match at WrestleMania, you have to kind of have Bayley retain. Or you can have Sasha win and you have Bayley win the Rumble, and we have this match again at WrestleMania. It doesn't matter. So, but, because I really want to see Sasha get the title, I'm going to say Sasha should win. However, I do feel like they might keep... Well, yeah, I think Sasha should win, and I think she will win. But, again, if Bayley wins, I would not mind seeing Sasha Banks take the title off of her at WrestleMania after winning the Royal Rumble. That would be cool. So with that, our final match, Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief, versus Jimmy Uso, Hell in a Cell, I Quit match. And the stipulation is, if Roman Reigns wins, and Jimmy Uso says, Jey Uso, not Jimmy Uso. I'm so sorry. Damn, I'm terrible with this. So, this Friday, Jimmy Uso seems like he is medically cleared now, so that's awesome. I'm really happy for him. But the whole idea is if Jey Uso says, I quit, he and Jimmy both have to basically do Roman Reigns' bidding. I think the rumors are true, and we are going to get a heel faction with Roman Reigns. I think this is going to be a very heartfelt match. I think it's going to be a lot more emotional than their last encounter. And I finally think that Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, should and will retain the Universal Championship, and will have finally a heel Samoan faction managed by Paul Heyman. Apparently, there are going to be 2 more people joining. When that's going to happen, I don't know. Will Roman get a new theme this week? I'm not sure. So, yeah. I mean, again, I find it a coincidence that we're getting Roman and Roman in a I Quit match, and then he's a champion, and then we have what's his face, John Moxley in a match with Eddie Kingston, and that's an I Quit match. So I find that interesting that they're doing that. Hey, WWE. I see what WWE is doing, man. Like that's an interesting move. Well, actually, no. Wasn't the I Quit match announced before? Wasn't this I Quit match right here announced before the stipulation for the AEW World Title? I'm not sure, but whatever. One of them is definitely like, well, oh, you're gonna do an I Quit match. I'm gonna do an I Quit match too. I mean, it could be purely. It's probably purely coincidence. I'm just ruffling some feathers here, okay? But I think it's pure coincidence. Now, I did see that there were talks of other matches like Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens for the 578th time, and then we're apparently gonna get Rollins versus Dominic versus Murphy. I'm guessing those could be matches on. Well, I think since it is Seth Rollins, they probably may not put it on the kickoff show, but I'm pretty sure Aleister Black versus Kevin Owens is going to be on the kickoff show, which is sad. But also, I don't really care because this is like they keep fighting each other. Just stop. Just gross, guys. Just go do something else. Aleister Black, you go on this corner. Kevin Owens, you stay on that corner. The 2 of you just don't talk to each other anymore. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I don't really know if that's a match that's happening. Let me know in the comments. If I see any other matches being announced on WWE social media, I'll put my predictions here in the comments below. So yeah, but there's that. So with that being said, that pretty much does it for the NerdyMark Wrestling Show this week. Again, shorter one. I'm sorry, but that's just how it's going to be for today. All right. But with that, let me know what you guys thought about AEW this week. Let me know what your thoughts on Hell in a Cell this week is. Don't forget to tune in on Instagram tomorrow, where I will be reacting live to Bayley versus Sasha Banks, as well as Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso. So be on the lookout for both of those matches, both of those match reactions on my Instagram. So don't miss it. With that, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on social media. Tell your friends about the Nerdy Mark. And thank you so much for all your understanding and all your support. It means the world to me. It really, really does. For that, I drink to all of you. So, with that, this is Sid signing off. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.